Welcome to Oymyakon, the coldest inhabited village on the planet, where the thermometer plummets to minus 71.2 degrees Celsius, turning every breath into a battle for survival. Here, the cold is so relentless that a few minutes outdoors can cost a limb or even your life. Imagine leaving your house in 30 degrees Celsius indoor heat and facing a sudden drop to over 38 degrees Celsius. To survive, residents dress in over 20 layers of clothing, weighing nearly 14 kilograms, including gloves, boots, pants, and reindeer fur coats. Still, it's not enough. Ice crystals form on eyelashes in seconds, skin burns, and noses can turn white in just 15 minutes, signaling the onset of cell death. Another 5 minutes, and the tissue damage is irreversible. The sound of hot breath turning to ice is reminiscent of dry grass crackling. In this land surrounded by mountains, the cold settles in a nearly windless basin, trapped in the permafrost, a layer of frozen soil that extends hundreds of meters. Here, time seems frozen, and the village, with its 800 inhabitants spread across 1.5 square kilometers, feels abandoned. In Oymyakon, life is a constant struggle against the cold. The thermometer reads minus 60.5 degrees Celsius, and the dry air provokes uncontrollable coughs. Cars freeze within hours if left outdoors, and phones cut out without warning. The eternally frozen ground prevents the cultivation of fruits or vegetables, forcing residents to rely on meat for survival. The houses are fortresses against the cold, built with wooden beams on permafrost, 30 centimeters subfloors, and walls with 7 layers, including basalt wool and plaster. Triple-glazed windows and sawdust-insulated attics complete the protection. A coal-fired boiler, working nonstop, sends heat through pipes to almost every home. Any failure in the system poses a deadly threat. Home entrances are left unheated, serving as natural refrigerators, where ice and snow accumulate on the roofs. These cold rooms protect the interiors from the extreme cold, while residents adapt to a routine where every detail is carefully considered to overcome the brutal temperatures. The day in Oymyakon begins early, with residents braving the cold for essential tasks. Without plumbing, as the water would freeze, Yakut cows, known for their milk with 7 to 8% fat, go out every morning to drink from a river that doesn't freeze thanks to underground springs. Their coats are covered in ice, and their teats are wrapped in cloth to prevent frostbite. Yakut horses, adapted to withstand minus 70 degrees Celsius minus 140 degrees Fahrenheit, graze freely without heated shelters. Short and stocky, with thick coats and high shoes, they resist the cold with bodies that store fat. Horse meat, eaten raw and frozen, is rich in vitamins, compensating for the lack of fruits and vegetables. In winter, hay stored in the summer feeds these animals. Reindeer, vital for transportation, meat, fur, and milk, are another pillar of survival. In January, with only 4.5 hours of daylight, the village lives in a frigid twilight, where every task requires courage and planning. Life in Oymyakon is a testament to human resilience in the face of extreme conditions. With temperatures that can reach minus 64 degrees Celsius minus 144 degrees Fahrenheit, even the simplest tasks, like fetching water or firewood, become true challenges. Children, wrapped in layers of reindeer fur, walk to school in a cold that makes their eyes sting and their breath turn to instant mist. Schools remain open, even in temperatures below minus 50 degrees Celsius minus 124 degrees Fahrenheit, as residents believe education is essential to the community's survival. Homes, heated by the central boiler, are the only refuge from the deadly cold, but going outside is inevitable. Residents have developed unique techniques, such as heating tools before using them, as metal can stick to skin in seconds. Food is another obstacle. Without fruits or vegetables, the diet relies on reindeer, horse, and fish, often eaten raw or frozen to preserve nutrients. The Saka community, with its cultural heritage, maintains shamanic traditions that connect residents to the land, reinforcing their determination to thrive where nature seems to refuse. Oymyakon's isolation is as extreme as its climate. Located in a basin surrounded by mountains, the village is accessible only by poor roads, which are often impassable in winter. Cars need constantly warmed engines to avoid freezing, and long journeys require meticulous planning, with supplies to survive in case the vehicle breaks down. Technology, such as phones and the internet, is unreliable as the cold damages batteries and connections. Despite this, residents find ways to connect, gathering in warm homes to share stories, food, and warmth. Solidarity is vital. If the central boiler fails, the entire village mobilizes for repairs, as an outage could be children play indoors, and elders teach survival skills, such as sewing fur clothing or building traps. This bond keeps Saka culture alive, with songs and rituals that celebrate resilience and harmony with nature, even under the weight of a seemingly eternal winter. Fishing in the river, where the water remains liquid due to springs, is another source of food. Fish pulled from the net freeze almost instantly, requiring hands to be warmed before cutting. This relationship with animals is deeply rooted in Saka culture, which views nature as a spiritual force. Before each hunt, offerings are made to the forest spirit, a ritual that reflects the belief that harmony with nature ensures survival. The local, cold-hardy fauna is a reminder of the extreme adaptation required to live in a place where the ground remains frozen year-round, and every resource is harnessed with care and respect. Paragraph 8. Winter in Oymyakon is more than a climate. It's a way of life that shapes every aspect of existence. With only 4.5 hours of daylight in January, the village lives in a frigid twilight, where the sky seems perpetually tinged with blue hues. The surrounding ice-covered forests are both a resource and a challenge, providing wood for fires but demanding caution when walking on frozen rivers with thin ice. The hunters, known as forest men, move with precision, knowing that a mistake could cost them their lives. The community celebrates its survival with modest festivities, where they share vitamin-rich raw horse meat and tell stories of their Saka ancestors, who migrated from Central Asia to this hostile land. Despite the hardships, there is a quiet pride in Oymyakon, a village that defies the impossible. Each day is a victory against the cold, proof that human strength, combined with ancient wisdom, can transform even the most inhospitable place in the world into a home. If you like this video, take the opportunity to subscribe and activate the notification bell so you will be notified whenever there is other similar content. See you next time. Fatal. Contudo similars. Ada Proxima.